Alrighty, YouTube, good evening and welcome to my channel. Today's little doodad is going to be air compressors, and I'll shoot you in the direction of what I was working on and why and all that good stuff. So let me get down to here. Okay, so ignore this one for a minute or two. This this is what's left of my Husky Air Scout. I think I've had it for like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 years, but at least 5, 6, or 7. And it's got a lot of use on it. I've used it a lot. It's pumped up a lot of tires. It's blown a lot of air out of carburetors. It's worked really, really well. When I was going to fill up the tires on this, I noticed that it was slowing down, and it was getting a little bit noisy. And I thought, well, I've been knowing that here for the past couple of years, it's been getting taking longer to fill up the tank here, and it's also getting slower. So I thought, well, maybe I could take it apart, since I really do like I really did like the compressor. I thought, well, maybe I could take it apart and put new bearings in it and new brushes and all that crap. And it's like, yeah, it's turning even if you prop it up like it was, it turns not real great. It's pretty. Yeah, it's got some resistance there. You see the armature over here. I mean, it's got a lot of use on it. I've used it a lot. I showed it no mercy. And, you know, like I said, after, I don't know, 5 or 7 years, it just decided to kind of give up. So I thought I'd take it apart, take a look. There's a bearing over there. You could pop that off. There's a bearing there. I don't know if that goes all the way through there. I'm assuming there's a bearing. Oops, let me point this. I'm assuming there's a bearing in here. Sorry about that. I know there's one over here. And then I don't know if this is a bushing over here in this armature area or if that's a bearing. And then you probably have a bearing or a bushing on the other side of the motor shaft here. And I'm just not going to take that apart. I believe brand new when I bought this, it cost me about $120. We bought one for the ex-girlfriend. She was the girlfriend at that time. For her garage, in case she needed tires filled, she called me over to fill them up, and I really liked it, so I went and bought myself one. And it's been a good compressor. It's oilless. Oilless air compressors just don't last forever. Excuse me, forever. And that being the case with this, I took it apart. I'm not going to put bearings in it. I'm not going to try to save it. I don't know where you'd get parts for it. I could pull the bearings out and go to my local bearing supply store and get that. But bushing or brushes, I have no idea. And it would be a lot of work. So that brings us to this little guy. And this is a little Kobalt I just picked up. Yes, Kobalt is paying me millions of dollars to push their products. Can you believe that? Yeah, I thought it sounded good. I mean, it's not true, but it sounds good, right? I mean, wouldn't your eyes get real big? Like, hey, wow, I want to start pushing Kobalt stuff. Anyway. No, I'm not being sponsored by anybody. I bought this little Kobalt. This is a 2-gallon. I think this guy here is a 1.3 or 1.2. I'd have to look at the tag again. This is a 2-gallon. Pros and cons to this. It's and we're going to throw Harbor Freight in there, and I'm not slamming Harbor Freight. I'm using these as examples. I bought this one because, one, this is light and fluffy. You can almost like attach it to your belt loop and walk around the house with it or the yard or whatever. Yes, that's an exaggeration, but I mean it really is light. It doesn't take up a lot of room. I think this was $79 plus tax here in my state, put to like, I don't know, 83 or something. I'd have to look at the tag and see what it was. Harbor Freight has their pancake compressor right now and their hot dog compressor on sale for $39.99 or something, like $39 something, and that's hard to beat. My only complaint with the Harbor Freight is it's a little bit noisier than this, but you can't beat $40. I have their 6-gallon pancake compressor, and I love it. I use that in my U-Haul for pumping up those tires, and I love it. It's noisy as all get out. This one's a little bit quieter. It does run a while. I pumped up 4 tires on my smaller truck, and this thing ran constantly. So what I'm fearing for this is eventually I'm going to wear this one out as I did this one. I'm just hoping this lasts 5 or 7 or 8 years. I don't know. You can smell it was getting kind of warm, but I needed to use it to pump up tires, and this is 2 gallons, so it runs a little bit longer. For $40, the Harbor Freight, I'm not pushing a Harbor Freight, I'm just kind of using them for examples, is that you get 3 gallons for $40. This is 2 gallons for $80, but it does have a year warranty, and so you'd bump up the price on the Harbor Freight a little bit if you wanted to add their warranty. I don't know if it's $11 or whatever it is. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just kind of using them as examples. What you get for $80, what you possibly would get for $40. I'm just putting it out there because you do have options. I'm not saying this is the way to go. I just wanted to try something different. And why do I have the Predator generator here? Because I was using this to run this. This did a wonderful job, not a problem, and this ran consistently, but whatever. I mean, it's going to do that. And they both worked well. I'm just questioning for as long as this runs to pump up those 2 tanks. I'm wondering about what the longevity of this thing is. And where the heck else was I going with this? I was going to go, for $80 you get your, I think Harbor Freight comes with this kit too. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. Don't quote me. I can't remember if my 6-gallon came with this stuff or not. Maybe it didn't. You get your hose, and you get your air tire or your air chuck, and you get some stuff here for pumping up sports equipment, footballs, basketballs, whatever. And naturally you get your blowgun, and and then you get your stuff, your paperwork. So we'll see. I'm going to be using this quite a bit. Yeah, I think this is going to be my last oilless air compressor. I have a Harbor Freight oil compressor buried way back between the car and the motorcycle. It doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I really like that when it's noisy, but it is oil and it runs good, but it's buried, and that doesn't do me a lot of good. Plus it takes up a little more room, and as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of place to put things. Let's see, where the heck else was I going? So I'll give you an update on this. I got some more tires to pump up. I'm hoping this lasts like this one here did. I don't know. I'm curious about how that's going to seem. Like I had something else to go with this thing, and it's an ugly blue color. Look at that color. Is that not ugly? You know, that's red. That looks nice. That was red, the case, and that looked nice. This is blue. An ugly, what is that, like a military blue or something? That's just disgusting looking. Maybe it's construction blue. I don't know, but it's gross, whatever it is. So if you guys have this air compressor, you know, comment what you've got, what your experiences are with it. I'm not promoting this product. I'm just saying this is what I got because this one finally died. I really liked this one. I don't think the Harbor Freight ones are a bad deal. Why I didn't get one yet is because, one, they're a little bit noisy, and I wanted to try something different. I like my 6-gallon Harbor Freight. What I'm thinking of is what I really want to do is get the oil pumped ones. Harbor Freight has a twin tank. I might as well just, you know, point it here so you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about, rather than staring at that ugly thing all the time. They have a twin, is it a 4-gallon twin tank? It's stacked like that one, and it's $119, and it is an oil run pump air compressor that gets good ratings. Also, I was kind of eyeing the Hitachi, so if I kill this one early, I'm either going to go get the Harbor Freight one, the 4-gallon twin tank, or I'm going to go get the Hitachi. Drawback with that is, since they are oil, they weigh close to 60 pounds. The Harbor Freight's $119 with a coupon. You'd get that under $119. The Hitachi is $149. So they both get good reviews, so that would be all on me whether I'm going to get one or the other. What it kind of boils down to, I think, don't quote me on the weight on the Harbor Freight, it's 58 to 62 pounds. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to reread it again. If it is, correct me on that. The Hitachi didn't specify what it weighed, so that really would be the whole thing right here now. As you know, I'm getting older and I don't want to necessarily huddle around 60 pounds, and I don't spend the extra money to get one with wheels, but I do like the idea of an oil air compressor that's going to last longer. I don't want to be buying these airless ones, but you know what? The airless ones have their place. I'm not slamming them. I'm just saying you have differences. Chances are an oil air compressor is going to last you a lot longer. I've had oil air compressors. I've had good luck with them. And I've had good luck with the airless. Excuse me, but about 7 years, I guess, is pretty good if you use one hard. I abuse these. I don't run air tools on them, but I do run them. I'm going to fill tires whether it kills them, and that's what I do. And it worked. The Kobalt worked. It did its job. I had to wait for it to kind of catch up, but that's, you know, it's a small air compressor. If I really wanted to do the job fast, I would have grabbed my Harbor Freight 6-gallon, and that would have definitely done it. But that's okay. It's something light. You can carry it out to your car. You can bring a generator. You can run it on your extension cord, whatever you want. I am curious to see how many tires I can fill, and they're not flat, but see how many tires, how long I can go before I do have to run it in the house, plug it in, or bring the generator out with me, whatever. Anyway, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys experience if you have a Kobalt, or what you've had good luck with your Harbor Freight. I haven't used my 6-gallon very long. It's strictly for the U-Haul. I've never had a Harbor Freight that I've got to abuse yet, but I'm thinking about it. For $39, you know, 40 whatever with tax, I'm thinking about picking one up and just beating it and see what happens. I know they get good ratings. A lot of people use them, and they've had good ratings, so let me know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and listen to me blabber on about this stuff, and hopefully that helps you out between oil and non-oil, oilless. I'm not a real fan of oilless, but they are convenient, they are priced nice, and they do a good job. It just all depends what you need them for. Anyway, thanks a lot, and I'll try to kick out some more videos. I've been kind of slow. I've been kind of working on this puppy. We're thinking about Kitty might need a new home, so we gave Kitty a bath and drove it around a little bit, and we need to get it out of the garage so I can use this here welding equipment. I got some welding to practice and some projects to do, so hopefully I'll be able to get those future projects out here pretty quick, hopefully before summertime. Let's get started on stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for stopping by, and you guys have a good night. We'll chat with you. I'll blabber about something else. As a matter of fact, I've got a early 80s Taiwanese 6-inch 6-inch bench grinder that I've taken all apart, and I'm going to get new bearings for it. I'm going to use that as my tungsten grinder, and it's been a great excuse me, a great bench grinder for what I paid for it in the 80s, which was some ridiculous price, like 20-25 bucks, maybe 30, something a lot cheaper than real ones were going for back in the 80s. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye. I can turn this thing off here. Where is it?